If you're ever called to do plant medicine, listen to your calling. This is not for everyone. This is for chosen ones. How I got to receive this message. The way I got to receive this message of doing plant medicine was because I was really connecting with myself. I really wanted to try an experience of doing plant medicine in a setting where it was safe, in a setting where I would be guided by someone that understands how to guide you in this process. Plant medicine, it's not for you if you are not ready to receive this amazing experience. You gotta have respect for plant medicine. Be asking, what is plant medicine? Ayahuasca, shrooms. It's not supposed to be taken recreationally. It's supposed to be taken with an intention. And I was really called to do this retreat from a point of where I felt that in my heart that I needed to reconnect with myself and Mother Earth by offering me guidance. And you can do this without plant medicine, but plant medicine enhances the experience of you being able to be shown to dissolve your ego. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Melissa. I am a hypnotherapist working with the power of the subconscious mind, but I also like to implement spirituality into my practice because spirituality, it's a form of connecting with yourself, connecting with mind, body, and soul, everything together. And the hypnosis gives you that extra boost of you being able to eradicate any limiting beliefs. So I'm a high believer of connecting hypnosis with spirituality for you to manifest your best life and live in peace with yourself and the rest of the world. So in today's video, I want to talk about my retreat in the jungle of Tulum. Like I've said before, I've been called to do plant medicine. I did it here in the jungle of Tulum with a lady that has her retreat center in the middle of the jungle, and I took a one-to-one retreat for myself. I actually gifted this for myself for my birthday. Since I was called to do a plant medicine for a while, I asked her to build me an itinerary based on that. I'm having a mystical experience. I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone and really feel the connection between myself and Mother Earth and enhance it by doing plant medicine. You don't have to do plant medicine. I just wanted to enhance the connection, right? To be giving messages by Mother Earth. The experience was so amazing because everything led to actually having this beautiful Kundalini awakening, guys. It was freaking amazing. Like, I've always wanted to experience a Kundalini awakening, and I can tell you that it was the most beautiful experience anybody can have. And the way you just dissolve your ego through that experience, it's eye-opening. Started by like getting a massage, I'm blocking my fascia out of my body, all the fascia, all the stress, everything. It was such a beautiful massage. Her touch was amazing. Her vibe was so amazing. Her knowledge about like her ancestral lineage, where she came from, was freaking off the chain. What I asked her, because I wanted to really have high vibration and positive vibration while this retreat, what I asked her was to make me everything vegan. And her food was so delicious. Everything was so delicious. I didn't even miss eating meat. And I didn't want to because I wanted to really keep my vibration high. Beautiful. The next day I had a breathing exercise with healing sounds from her husband. Wow. I felt all the stress that was accumulated in my body was released through that breathing exercise. and just the healing instruments. Like he was using this big horn he had bought from Australia, and that healing instrument was super surreal. I felt like my body just released a whole bunch of stress. The breathing exercises were super intense. It was more like a breathing and holding and releasing and holding and releasing very slowly. And then I was like with so much energy. I had so much energy. After that, I had an activity to go to a cenote and go snorkeling, but you had to hold your breath. I felt like I had so much energy, I was gonna have a panic attack. I was like freaking out for a little bit, but I was like, this has to mean something. Because I was in the jungle the night before, when I was about to go to sleep. All the animals were like talking, all the insects were talking, all the animals were communicating, and I had so many messages of you are part of us. This is the experience you were chosen to have. Enjoy it. Stop being in your mind. The mind, it's unbelievable how it tricks you to just live in the ego and judge yourself, judge everything around you. This first download after having this experience was like, you are living too much in your head, Melissa. It's time for you to feel everything. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to get into this present moment, experience this out of like putting so much thought into it. It was so beautiful and powerful to even have had this message delivered to my life. Then I did a cacao ceremony, and the intention with this was to do mushrooms, which I've tried mushrooms before with no intention, and I know that the trip is very, very intense. But like by having an intention, it was amazing because the setup that she had was the fire, the 4 elements, you know, the fire, the air, the water, and the earth. And I had explained to her before that I was having these problems on my kidneys, you know, that I was having this inflammation on my kidneys. And I am very intuitive with my body. That's the first thing that I felt when I arrived there, was like, okay, I need to work on removing any emotions that are stuck in my kidneys, because I felt like I had inflammation. And she was so educational about it. She's like, well, all that part of your kidneys, the flow of your life, that's just like the flow of your whole entire nervous system. And if it's not balanced, it's gonna get clogged. Her massage was amazing because aside from that, she was able to tell me intuitive that I had something in my kidneys. It's nothing bad because I've gone to the doctor and got myself checked. The emotion that she was telling me that actually you carry in your kidneys, a lot of fear, you know, a lot of fear, a lot of trust issues within myself, a lot of just fear. And also around my reproductive, all that areas where you actually are able to canalize your abundance, your creativity. I felt like a little bit stagnant in that area as well. So I was able to intuitive know that's the reason why I was there. You know, that was my intention, to unblock that area with her knowledge, with the plant medicine, having respect for it, and asking Mother Earth to actually cure me from it. You know what I mean? Along with my intention and the way that I was doing self-care, for connecting with the fire, connecting with the water, connecting with the earth, connecting with the air. The ceremony happened at 10 p.m. and she had everything set up. We had the cacao. It was such a beautiful energy. My intention was, aside from having all these downloads of cleansing my kidneys, cleansing my reproductive system, I had the download of gratitude in my life and just spreading love into the world. In my ego, I would have been like, oh, my intention is to find my purpose and stuff like that, which I really wanted to really find my purpose. But but Mother Earth gave such a turn of like, don't do that. Just dissolve your ego, you know, just dissolve your ego. just be grateful for what you have, be grateful for your abundance, be grateful for being here, in like submerging myself with Mother Earth, like just being around animals, being around the trees, being around the jungle, and just spread that love to the universe, because the universe need it, you know what I mean? And this is what the intention, the major intention that I felt in my heart while I was connecting with Mother Earth, with Gaia, was that exactly. Just be grateful and have unconditional love for every being, including myself. And as the ceremony started and everything started going through, it was so powerful because I started feeling very, very like anxious. Like I closed my eyes, and when I closed my eyes, I started seeing figures, like, and it was figures from like ancestral figures. It was like triangles, you know, circles, squares. It was like everything ancestral you can think of, and in the material world, because everything, like even the shapes have a meaning in like the in the ancestral world, like, and I can feel that I was actually having a battle of inner conflict within myself. It was such, I gained a fear of being and connecting with myself. So I got to lay down, and then her husband started playing the instruments so that I can enhance the vibe of the plant medicine. And I just closed my eyes and did a lot of breathing exercises so I can enhance it even more. And it was so crazy because I felt like I was looking in the sky, and in such a synchronicity of like, the place was called Dream, Mayan dialect. When I looked up in the sky had like stars. The stars were so clear and vivid, and then there was like, you know, you could still see the clouds. So I just like looked up, because he's told me not to close my eyes, so I can connect, right, with the cosmos, because that's the cosmos, you know, the stars, it's the cosmos. And I looked up, there's a tree on top of me that was breathing oxygen and going so intense. But then I was starting to come into this conflict of like, I am fucking scared. I was freaking out, guys, because I was like, oh, but it was only in my mind. And then the answers from this experience and from the cosmos was like, you wanted to experience this, the soul of your ego. What are you scared of? You are here. You're safe. You're connecting with this beautiful energy of the cosmos and Gaia. Like, let yourself go and stop living in your mind. Stop living in your mind. Release the ego of wanting to control the experience and start feeling the experience. Battle was just inside of me. It wasn't even outside. This is how amazing it is, that all the battles, all the wars, they come from within. What I learned was that the battle was inside of myself. The cosmos dissolved my ego. I started shaking. My body started shaking and trembling, like if I was having a panic attack. Literally, in the material world will be a panic attack. In the spiritual world will be a Kundalini awakening. Connected with her energy. She comes from, her ancestors are from Oaxaca. She started like massaging me because she saw me trembling and shaking. So she started massaging me, and I was able to connect with my grandmother. And my grandmother has always been a part of me, for what I've been told. She's not alive anymore, but she's always taking care of me. And in that moment, I felt like my grandma was taking care of me. And the reconnection with my grandma was so powerful. Is that unconditional love that I felt from her and from Gaia. To the point that I even like at the beginning started asking, show me my purpose in this world. And the answers were like, there is no purpose. You're only one with the universe. You're nobody here. You're not Melissa, that's a hypnotherapist. You're nothing. You're just Melissa and Source. Dissolve your ego and allow yourself to feel this experience because you've been called to do so. Kundalini awakening starts shaking all over my body, just passing through like an electricity current all over my body until boom, I just relaxed. It dissolved. And after that, I felt such a connection with even my mom and things that I needed to heal from my ancestors, in terms of love, because I felt like I even had a block on my heart chakra. I felt like, I was carrying maybe resentment from past relationships, resentment from my ancestors, resentment from things that have happened in my life, and also I was blocking my fertility, my creativity, you know what I mean? That's why I was having a lot of problems on my kidneys and issues with my reproductive system that I was able to identify during that experience, was to just practice that unconditional love that you are honored to receive from that experience. And I hugged myself, told me to say this mantra of I love, respect myself, honor myself, and trust in myself. I love, respect myself, honor myself, and trust myself. How many times do we actually say that to ourselves, that I love myself? We are so quick to say it to others, but how about we say it to ourselves? Start embracing that self-love that we all deserve, that we can get it from anything outside. So I connected with that self-love, that gratitude, that abundance of being surrounded by the most beautiful goddess of all, which is Gaia. I felt like a calling of, I'm a Gaia's child. I was able to connect with my inner child, that inner Melissa that needed to go back to her true essence of where we first started before we came into civilization, which was being on Mother Earth, surrendering to the vibe, the energy, the love of the jungle, of the trees, of the birds, of the fire, of the air, submerging myself and planting my whole feet and hands on earth to get those ions and that ionic energy pushed through all over my body. Reconnecting with who I really am, dissolving the tags. I was no longer Melissa, hypnotherapist, nothing. I was just one with the source of energy. I was told to keep following my passion, my dreams, sharing content with the world, being a being of light to others, helping others. This is what I came here to do. This was my true purpose, to help others and dissolve the tags and the ego the ego dissolve was freaking unbelievable. It was like I felt like a connection with the cosmos. It was like a void. Like I let myself go, and I was just like, I was in a dream in connection with Earth. I felt liberated from tags and conditioning from society. I felt free. And another message that I received was, stop putting on a mask. Start embodying your authenticity, embodying who you are. Who cares what people think about you? Who cares what others want you to be? You always stay true to yourself. And that's the message I got. And this is a message I want to give out as well. Going through a hard time where you're trying to put on a mask because you need to please others. Stop doing it. Start being authentic and connecting with your true essence. So those messages, along with connecting with my inner child, releasing the ego, releasing shame. Even like I felt like I released shame, I released fear, I released stagnant, blocked energy from creativity, fertility. I released all that energy because creativity comes from fertility. And if you're not in peace, women, if you're not in peace with your sexuality, if you're not in peace with your body, you are blocking creativity, fertility. That's what we bring children. We bring babies. That's the creativity. And if you're not bringing a baby, you're bringing creativity into this world. If you're following your purpose. And if you feel blocked, start doing that work of releasing those emotions and releasing what is holding you back from your sacral to your root chakra, which starts from your kidneys down to your reproductive. Be mindful of how your body feels when you're blocked. That's the huge message I receive. And that's the reason why we can't be living in our heads so much. Because we're not able to feel. When we stop living in our head, because that's the ego, and we start feeling and start opening our heart, then we start knowing ourselves, knowing our body, scanning our body, and noticing where we are having stagnant energy. Because believe it or not, that is causing you to be stuck in your life. So start focusing in what you're feeling all over your body. Stop living so much in your head. Start feeling. That's why hypnotherapy is so powerful. Because although we're going into the subconscious mind, we're allowing ourselves to feel completely, feel and let go of those trapped emotions that have you blocked. Anyways, going back to the retreat, my message was unconditional love. I felt gratitude. I felt grateful for having that experience, because not a lot of people are able to have that experience. Not a lot of people are called to have that experience. And if you're called, please, please, please go with the utmost respect and intention. Think how many messages it has to give you towards your evolution and towards you becoming one with source and dissolving your ego. Gave me the biggest lesson of my life of when you don't need anything or want anything, release resistance, trust the flow of life, and everything will come to you. It's a very tough lesson, believe it or not, on us humans, you know, because we're always trying to control everything, trying to control every single thing in the world. Now just remember that living on Mother Earth, it's free. Mother Earth is always available for you. You just have to learn how to become self-sufficient. Yeah, you do. All you need is your connection with Gaia to live happy, to live in a world where we don't know what to expect. One day we might have everything, one day we might not have nothing. So how is your reaction towards that? If that ever comes into your life, become self-sufficient, help others. I mean, that's just what we came here to do. Help others. That's the message that I received. Help others. It was a beautiful experience. I highly recommend if you're called to do plant medicine. This is not a joke. If you're not called to do, don't do it. Okay? You can connect with Mother Earth. Start meditating, calling your spirit guides to give you answers, because that's just, you know, that's all you need to do. Start watching your synchronicities. It's funny because after I had the chat with Elena, the one guiding the whole retreat, finished everything, and 222 came out. 222, number 222, synchronicity 222. 222, which is, I think, living in harmonious energy, living in community, and this is what we're going to start learning nowadays, to live in community. We have to stop being separated, because that's what we were taught and conditioned to be. Because when shit hits the fan, we're gonna need one another. So that's the biggest message and the biggest takeaway that I received. The final retreat was, I got a jumpsuit, which is a massage that it's like a Tai Chi in the water with her. She's guiding me with using my breath all the time. And it was so beautiful because she said that with the kidneys you have to move waters. Kidney, there's water. She's like, what happens when the water doesn't move? You know, like dirt comes in, insects come in, you know, things like that. So that was a movement of the water, the fertility, the kidneys, the reproductive system, everything. Such a beautiful experience, guys. Like I was inflamed and constipated for quite a while, and that thing just, I was able to release a lot. So I highly recommend you getting a beautiful retreat for yourself, or doing a lot of self-care in you because you really need it. Don't feel that you don't deserve it, because you do. So I wanted to share this experience with you guys. Follow your heart, follow your transformation, follow your inner peace, connect with yourself, connect with the spiritual world that will be guiding you through this process after you encounter plant medicine. That's the message I received. Anyways, thank you guys so much for staying through the whole video. I love you guys so much. I am so grateful to have shared this with you. And like I said, if you're not called to do it, don't do it. And have respect for it if you are trying to do plant medicine, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Namaste.